Now, at this point, Leotan starts to talk to Andarna and Violet. And he says to Andarna that all the stuff that happened to her is not her fault. And he wasn't agreed with the other Iris. They blamed her for the stuff that she wasn't responsible. But he generally believes that Andarna should have the chance to go back to the island with the other Iris and start to learn about their way. But he said that it will take years, and Andarna said that no, I can't just leave Violet bond to Violet, so we can't break that bond. And they let him say, well, you are Irid. You can bend, you can break the bond, so you can do it, as long as you are not the first one. And then he asked to Violet, who was the first one to bond you? And then Violet remembered the famous sentence from Tairn, step aside, silver one. And then she says, Tairn. And then she looks at Andarna and says, you didn't talk to me until I was in the flight field and you told me your name. Andarna, she doesn't know, she doesn't do anything here. She doesn't confirm that yes, that was the first time that she talks to Violet. And for me, that is suspicious, and that's just confirmation about what I said before, that Andarna was the first one to talk to Violet, and she was doing it when Violet was in the Gauntlet. That little voice that Violet was listening when it was given telling her that she can do it, that she goes so far to pass the Gauntlet. I'm convinced that it's Andarna. And Andarna, I think she's maybe thinking at this moment, and she's not saying anything, but she is just letting it happen.
Yeah, but what benefit is Andarna maybe talking to Leontan in the background, saying it was actually me, I bonded her first? Because whatever the answer, Leontan doesn't feel bothered. He's like, oh, fine, it's going to work then. But actually, if it was the other way around, why did he ask if it actually matters? Because, do you see what I mean? Violet's saying it was 10. And then Leontan's like, well, you can break the bond then. If it was Andarna, does that make a difference?
Yeah, it's a strange thing, because obviously he said bonds is just like a barely link of magic between a dragon and a human.
Bend it, break it, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yes, exactly. So, like you say, what is the point if maybe it's Andarna? Plus, he said later on that later you can come back and then you can decide if you want to bond to Violet again. So I don't know if maybe when she was a Feathertail, she was just connecting and maybe unplugging the bond or something. So she was
I wonder
if
she was the one that let Tairn bond. And this is the thing, isn't it? That we thought the Empyrean were going away to talk about whether they would let Andarna bond. But actually, the question was, is Tairn allowed to bond her? Because nobody questions Andarna. She's the head of her den. The other thing that I wonder is, why would it take 2 years to learn peace? Why would it take a couple of years? What are they doing over there that requires 2 years worth of learning?
Yeah.
Because if you're just learning to live in peace, yeah, maybe you would get stressed and you would automatically respond with an aggression rather than a peaceful thing. I don't know. But it wouldn't take 2 years, would it? Surely you'd just be like, oh my God, this new way of life is bliss. Can I live like this?
Yeah.
What are they doing over there? They're doing something.
Well, I think it has to be maybe with the other parts of the world that maybe Andarna doesn't know, because we saw that when they were in the island, when they went into the water, the scales changed color. Why? It's maybe magic in the water as well, and then just giving magic to the water, giving magic to the ground, giving magic to the sky. That kind of stuff. That maybe
I think they probably have to channel to fly over the water. Do you know, because you have to channel from the sky.
Yeah.
But it just feels like there's something. They don't live with humans. What do they do with their days that takes 2 years to learn? Feels odd.
Plus, they are Feathertail, so there's not much stuff they can do with that. Just
chill out.
Yeah. If it's a really
Sunbathe.
dusty island, you can just clean it with a towel.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. They're cleaning
All
the
the time.
island. They're just polishing. But there's no humans there. There's no, like, they just live. Surely. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Andarna comes back so quickly. She's like, well, learned it. Come back again. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
They're just chilling out over there.
Yeah. I know how to live in peace now. I can back to Oration and kill all the venom.
Yeah. For peace.
Yeah,
In the name of peace. Just another question about this whole interaction and coming back to who bonded to who first. We have definitely at least one other instance where the Venin are interested in this question as well, aren't they? Like, they want to know who bonded first.
Yeah, I think it was Theophany.
Theophany,
the first
yeah.
one to ask, yes.
Why are they worried about that? I mean, I'm just bringing you loads of questions today. I'm sorry. But I think this worries them. I think the fact that Andarna bonded Violet first does have a material impact on what Andarna could possibly do. I don't think she can break the bond because she bonded her first. So there is still an area of the archives. Is it the window that Andarna's stuff comes through, but it's like bricked up or something. When she takes away the bond. So it's not gone forever. Possibly if Andarna had bonded second, then she could have completely cut it. But because she bonded her first, there will always be that empty space ready for her to, I don't know. But I wonder if this is what worries the Venin, the fact that if Andarna bonded her first, then Violet is more powerful because most of her, like, kind of, not the channeling power, but most of her access to magic comes from a different type of magic.
Yeah. What I was thinking is the Theophany, she's really interested in Andarna. She really wants Andarna as well. And the fact that she's wondering who was the first one to bond, I was just wondering if is Andarna the first one to bond and Violet turned herself into a Venin, doesn't mean that maybe Andarna will be affected somehow. Then she will be still bonded to a Venin. And then the Venin can have the power of the Aiden as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. They could be after that. But then I think ultimately both of them could still be bonded to her, but regardless of whether it was first or second. But I like that.